The weather cold, the weather so chill, chilly, will.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial, glam. It's going to be like, hopefully makeup I don't usually do. So yesterday I went to TK Maxx with my sis and I picked up some Becca products, which was a bonus. So I got these Ultimate Coverage 24-hour foundations. 2 different shades. I was going to whack them in my kit, but I think I want to give them a go before I do. I've got them now, so they will be going in, but I just want to see how they work. And then I got this volcanic or volcano goddess palette from Becca, which is literally gorgeous. So I want to create a really like smoky blue look. So if you can see, this is what the shades look like. And yeah, I just thought it would be nice to do a really glam tutorial, which I never do because it's always trying new products. So let's get started. For prep, I did put on some under eye patches this morning, which was really good before I had work. And then I'm just going to go straight in and pop on a nice thick layer of this Weleda Skin Food. This is the original. It's like got a really thick texture. But I'm going to start with my eyes, so this is going to give it time to sink in. And like, hopefully, I mean, hydration is the best like way to make your base sit nicely. So this is super oily and I love it. I'm not going to put it over my eyes, maybe just under my brows there. And bring it down, 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 down. So I have done my base. That is literally all I'm going to do for now. Now I brought a little bag up with me of goodies so that I can, well, do my makeup in my lash room in this new little setup because I think it's a bit cuter. I just wish you guys could see my pink chair I'm sat on. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on my Fenty concealer and I'm just going to put that all over my lid as my base. Usually I would prime, but this is a tutorial so I don't think I'm going to keep the makeup on after. But I would always prime my lid because I have such oily eyelids. I'm just going to do this to get the colour nice and even. This will be the colour I'm going to be using on my under eye, so it just adds to be a nice base. So from there I'm going to grab my Fenty powder and I'm just going to put a big, oh, this is always so smoky, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm just going to grab one of my just like big eye blending brushes and I'm just going to take the tackiness off my concealer. Not everyone's choice, but I quite think it's like safer for me so that I'm not like budging a colour on and it's stuck there. I quite like having a smooth base to work with. To start with, I think I was going to go straight in with bronzer, but I think I quite like this shade here, Volcanic Sand. It's quite a nice neutral, maybe mix between Volcanic Sand and Granite to get a nice colour. I'm just going to dive in. I think I just want to use a nice blending brush because I just really want to buff that up into the crease. Now I'm going in with Volcanic Sand. I might just see what that looks like. So that's added like, I might just zoom in. Cool, so I just brought you guys in, you can see how oily my skin looks. So I'm just going in with that Volcanic Sand, was it? Which is a really nice matte tone and it's kind of adding like the slightest shadow, if you can see, but probably pointless. I'm just going to do the same on the other eye, just to even them out. And then I think I'm just going to grab that Granite, which was that quite a cool toned, almost like a cool toned bronzer really. So I'm going to really buff that into the crease. Now, as much as I like how that's sort of looking, I do want to add like a bronzier shade. So I'm going to go in with my Hoola Caramel and I'm just going to buff that on top of what I've already done there. Yeah, there we go. That is the colour I'm looking for. So I just wanted, like, I quite like when I see like a really nice blue eye with like a good bronze sort of transition colour. I think it looks glam. I've done that. I'm actually quite liking the way that looks. I think I want to just dive straight in with the blue. So I'm going to take this little Morphe brush. This is a JH39. And I'm just going to spritz over with my NYX setting spray. Literally any setting spray will be fine. And then I'm going to jump in with this blue shade here called Midnight Sapphire. Now I tried these yesterday on the back of my hand and they kind of were more like pressed pigments. That's why I think it might be better for me to go in with a brush first. So you can kind of see that's like coming off alright. But it might be a case of using my finger. Cool, so let me still these. This is what the eyes have turned out like for now. Yeah, I really like the formula. It's a bit like one of those, because I've got such hooded eyes, it was like about trying to work out where to bring it up to. I was a bit lazy with this eye, but the initial eye I did, I'm pleased with. I just think once it all comes together with the skin, it will look great. So I'm going to try out the Becca foundation now. I think I'm just going to go for Cashmere, although they look different when you get them out of the box. So I might actually mix the two of them. Let's see. So the first one is, this is Cashmere, so pale. This is Driftwood. So I might just actually use like a pump of Driftwood. Oh yeah. Actually, I think I'll stick with Driftwood. I know I'm quite pale at the minute. I haven't been tanning. Well, I was like, basically used my Tan Luxe last week and it wore off really nicely, so I was actually pleased with that. And then I had an exfoliation and then I basically need to go and buy some moisturiser to do my Tan Luxe again. So I'm just going to use my Jeffree Star buffing brush and I'm going to buff that into my face. So far, I mean, it's definitely heavy because on the back of my hand it's like such a lump, but I think because I popped on, where have I just put them? I think because I put on such a heavy moisturiser before, it's like allowing that sort of sheen to come through from the moisturiser, which I really like, because I don't like anything heavy. But I wanted to get stuff for my kit that I knew I could build up, so I don't really have many buildable foundations. Like, although they say you can buff MAC face and body in, I never really can get that medium coverage with it. So I love using it for like really good skin. It's my favourite, but I was just looking to upgrade and get some other brands and stuff that would be good, and this was a nice way to try it. Okay, now I've buffed that in. I keep looking at myself in the viewfinder. But it actually looks like it matches okay on camera. It's a bit warm in real life. Could do with the tanned neck for once, but for now that's nice. I think if I'd gone with a light moisturiser, probably would have been okay. Like, it definitely would have come across heavier, because on my hand it's coming across quite heavy. But I don't hate it at all. I do really like the formula, and it says it's 24 hours stay, so I'm sure that's a bonus. I mean, definitely good for people going out. Now, for cream contour, I'm going to go in with my Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy drops. Now, they do say this is for mixing, but I do quite like it as a cream contour. It adds like a super sun-kissed look, so I'm just going to buff that in to this random angled brush. And then buff in as like a bronzer contour shade. Now I'm going to go in with my Fenty concealer. Just going to be taking that, like, the tiniest bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm using this Real Techniques eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to buff that in under my eyes, like so. Now that's sort of laid down, I'm just going to take my beauty blender and dab that in just to blend those edges together. I want to keep it definitely heavier than usual for me, because that is the look we're going for. Keep it all quite clean, so yeah, that looks nice and lifted, and then whatever's left on the brush there, and just sort of buffing over any sort of darker points or bits of redness. And then I'll do my other eye. Now I'm going to go straight in with my Hoola Caramel Bronzer, just on this angled brush, and then just packing that on and then really clear it off, like so. And then I'm just going to buff that in. Fit off on the back of my hand so it's nice and clean. Snatched. And then I'm just going to take a little bit on my forehead. And then final bit along my jawline. Probably could have done with using a cooler shade, but now I've done it, so. Now I'm just going to take my spray and spritz the end of my beauty blender, and I'm just going to go into my Fenty powder, and I'm just going to bake under my contour, which isn't really that obvious, but hopefully this will help. I'm just going to put a tiny bit there and just take what's ever left in the lid and do my forehead. For blush, I'm going to be using this shade out of my Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm just going to use that same brush I used for contouring. Just going to buff it off and then go in. Ooh, that is covered in fingerprints. Cool, so for my brows, I'm going to be going in with my Soap and Glory Brow Archery Pencil, whatever. I'm not going to be doing much, I just sort of want to take off that colour from the foundation and maybe add in some hairs throughout the ends, but I'll speed this one up because it is nothing exciting. So, I just attempted some eyeliner. It looks okay, but I wouldn't say it kind of enhances the, oh geez, sorry guys. It kind of enhances the look, but I mean, I was just trying to not be lazy, but I was too scared to do it on camera. So I've left my bloody mascara next door. Not even next door, all the way over in my room. So let's just do some highlight and then I'll go get my lip and mascara stuff and then we can finish the under eyes and stuff. But for highlighter, I want to go for like a really wet look. So I'm going to be using this Gillian Dempsey Dew, which has got a bit of makeup on, but it's literally just a wet, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's just like a wet look. And then I'm going to mix it with a bit of the RMS Beauty Living Luminizer. So I'm going to go in the luminizer first and then go into the dew. And I'm just going to press that in lightly. I don't want to move anything with my finger, but I just want to create a real oil slick look, basically. It's what I'm doing. Now the RMS Beauty has like a really nice gleam to it, but the dew sort of adds the extra shine in, which is what I'm after. This will be good because once I've done this I can go in and put powder on any places that are like basically making me look too oily. And I'm going in again with that Living Luminizer and then just a tiny bit of the dew. So for mascara, I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Voluminous Black Mascara. That is so good, that mascara. Wow. That is a really nice formula. It's like kind of made them nice and coated, but not clumpy, and it's really getting through the root. Whoa, love it. Nice. Now I'm gonna let that dry. Then I'm gonna grab my palette and I'm just gonna go under. I think I really want to just dab on the ends of the colour, and I'm gonna get this brush, this little brush, another Morphe one, JH41, and I'm gonna take the blue, really just get that on the top of the brush, and I just want to buff that like right under here and just sort of have it more as like a shadow. I don't want it to be mega obvious. And then I just don't like bottom mascara on my own eyes, but I might put some on just to add some more definition. Now I'm just going to go in with a slightly darker shade than I usually would. This is a NYX liner in Natural, and I'm just going to line my lips. Now I've just gone over my Cupid's bow slightly, which I literally never do, but why not? I'm actually cringing myself out today. Now, that's a bit much with the overline, but I've never done it. And I thought, why not try it on the tutorial? Great. So I'm gonna use a gloss then. Can't look at myself. Which is the Fenty gloss in Fussy in Fussy. So I'm just gonna whack that on my lips. And I'm gonna use this brush, this flat brush, just to use it and really blend the two together. I mean, I don't love it. I feel like I look like a duck, but they're actually not that badly overlined. They're kind of just like over the line. Great. And then I'm just going to buff away this baking. Like so. Just can't. I think it's a bit of everything, guys. This is terrifying. Okay, so what can we all take from this? This colour does not go. I think it's the lip colour. Although that was so fun, like lining my lips, that was really cool. But I don't know. I'm not obsessed with this look, but we have done this journey together. So yeah. That is a bit better, to be fair. I think, you know what, guys, this is a makeup that's glam for pictures. I feel like I look kind of European. But, you know, I wanted to try it out. So, here it is, guys. I feel so stupid. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's a bit different. I kind of wish I'd had a contour kit. Brought one over with me. I literally could have got one when I went and got my mascara, just to really sharpen it a bit, and definitely gone in more with the bronzer, because I feel like that would have just been the best thing. But maybe it's because I'm not fake tanned that I'm like, this doesn't look right, but I don't hate it. I just feel like I look a bit crazy. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe.
Oh, they acting up. Get your weapons wrong. They only killing time. Another second gone. I heard your man.